Welcome to Math Beyond Borders. Mathematics Simplified. Welcome, geniuses. If you remember, in last video we talked about probability in simple terms. Well, in today's video we'll also keep it simple, but we will just add the statement of OR to it. And to be very honest with you, if you remember that OR changes to plus, you will never be wrong. Trust me, it's the simplest way to do it. Okay, so let's get on. So this you see here, let's say that it is a bag full of colorful balls or chocolates or magnets or whatever. Let's call it balls because it's the shortest of all them. Okay, so there are 15 balls in this bag in total. So how many balls are there in total? There are 15. Now, if I was to ask you that what is the probability of drawing a ball without looking inside and getting a blue, or it's also called drawing at random, the probability of getting a blue ball would be 5, because there are 5 blue balls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over the total, which is 15. Right. Similarly, if I asked you what is the probability of red balls, you would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the probability of getting a red ball is also 5 over 15. Now, if you remember, we also did a tricky case. What is the probability of not getting a red ball? So you count everything else but the red ball. So that will be 1. That should be 10 because I did it. I kind of remember. But let's count it together. Yeah. So anything but red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We did not count the red. So the probability of getting not red is 10 over 15. Now this was these are pretty straightforward examples, right? But now let's add the probability of OR into it, okay? And as I said, just remember, OR means plus. OR means plus. Okay? So let's go. So here we are. Now just remember. Now let's have a look. So for example, if I was to ask you what is the probability of getting a blue or green ball? Now the total is the same. What was the probability of getting a blue ball? It was 5. OR means plus. What was the probability of getting a green ball? Was also 5. So which was 10 over 15. It's easy, right? So all we do is just plus the probabilities in the case of OR. Okay, so let me show you one more. For example, if I was to tell you that, or let's draw one more ball here just to complicate the situation a little. Okay, let's say we have a yellow ball as well here. Pretty dirty for a yellow, but let's call it a yellow color. Okay, so let's say now there are 16 balls in total. Now if I was to ask you what is the probability of getting a blue or a yellow ball, now the total is 16 because we just added one more ball. How many blue balls are there? There are 5. OR changes to plus, and Y is for yellow, and how many yellow balls do you see there? It's 1. So the probability is 6 over 16. Now you saw how everything changed, but OR just changed the whole equation into a plus. That's it. Remember to do that and you will never be wrong. And let's see some more examples on the dice, right? So for example, here's a dice, normal standard dice. I hope you know what a dice is, right? And let's say if I was to ask you what is the probability of getting a 4? Probability of getting a 4 is 4 over 6, right? No, wrong. Because you remember, we discussed this in the last video. There is only one number 4 on the dice, so it will be 1 over 6, not 4 over 6. Remember that, it's a very critical point. Okay, but anyways, not spending too much time on it. Let's say if the question was, what is the probability of getting a 4 or a 2? So probability of getting a 4 or 2. Now how many numbers are we talking about? 1 and 2. What is the probability of getting a, so the total, of course, there are 6 numbers on a dice. What is the probability of getting a 4? It's 1. Or changes to plus. What is the probability of getting a 2? That is also 1. So the probability becomes 2 over 6. Cool? Right? Let's see another example. So for example, if I was to ask you what is the probability of getting an even number or 5. So let's have a look. So probability of even or 5. How many even numbers are on a dice? I hope you know even numbers. If not, please check. It's one of the simplest concepts in mathematics. Well, even numbers are 3 on a dice. 2, 4 and 6. So again, the total is 6. How many even numbers? 3. Or changes to plus. And what is the probability of getting a 5? It's 1. So the probability will be 4 over 6. It was easy, right?
Thank you for learning with us. Please share the video with those who you think may need it. Also, if you want to request a topic, put that in the comments section. So until the next video, keep learning, keep questioning. Bye.